Well, let's get real now, folks. The hypocrisy is getting way out of proportion. It only applies to the conservatives, anybody on the right, but it doesn't apply to anybody on the left or the Demopukes or repukes. It doesn't apply to even repukes. It applies to repukes, but it doesn't apply to Demopukes. It's just sad. Consequences go untouched. Because when Joe Biden gets in office, I have a funny feeling he will be unpunished. This is just what our world has come to. All these bastards just want to change everything. These lousy hung bastards just want to change everything about this country. For instance, look at all the other counties in every state. Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. Fraud found. And they threw out 2,349 votes. It didn't make the news. As of other states, the psychopaths, when we talk about psychopaths, AOC, for instance, just hearing those letters itself just brings up a headache when you put them all side by side. Maybe I just need to take a darn pill or something, because those letters just literally give me a headache just hearing those. They stand for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. But I cannot stand that person. She literally bugs the hell out of me. But back on the point. She says the southern states are useless. Useless, huh? What exactly are they so useless for? Are you referring to electoral votes? Okay. Electoral votes, okay. Because I understand you haven't won Texas since 76. Laugh out loud on that. I understand there were once all Confederate states. That was during the Civil War, though. That was over 100 years ago. But you gotta learn to let that shit go. At this point, I don't even care about my language, because I am beyond pissed off. You Demopukes have literally done pissed me off right now. I mean, look at what you've done. You have literally pushed me beyond the point of frustration. I mean, look what you've done. You only think of something if it only fits your narrative. You Demopukes only suggest something if it fits your narrative. Donald Trump will be out in just a week from today. And yet you want to push impeachment? What the hell's wrong with you? You're only doing it for political reasons. You're not doing it for your own safety. You're doing it for your own political reasons is what it is. Because he thought about running in 2024. So you're just pushing it for political aspirations is all it's for. If I had it my way, I'd impeach every single one of those. And yet, let's do a little research here. In 2069, Democrats objected the electoral votes. Nobody had a problem with that. It wasn't seditious. Then in 2005, Democrats objected. It wasn't seditious. Same with 2000. It wasn't seditious. Then 2017, Democrats objected. It wasn't seditious. But when a Republican objects, it's seditious. Explain to me where it says in the handbook that it's seditious. 12th Amendment. It states that a congressman is allowed to, doesn't regardless which party, you're allowed to object. You should look it up. In the Constitution, a congressman or congresswoman is allowed to object. And if they are successful in their objections of that state, when once one congressman objects, they're allowed to. But it becomes seditious according to the Demopukes. You're no longer an American, according to the Demopukes, if you object to the elections. If you object to electoral votes, then you are no longer an American, according to the Demopukes. If a Demopuke wins and you object their votes, you are no longer an American. And as if you voted for that person, you're not even an American. You're a bad person. They'll go out, and I urge all my fellow friends out there, don't post certain things on social media. Because you will most likely, they will force everything. If you don't have a job right now, the left will make sure you do not get a job. They will make sure you don't get a job out there. And I'm quoting this from Liz Wheeler. Because they will make sure you don't get a job. They are doing that with some Republicans or Trump supporters. They're already doing that for some Trump supporters. They don't want Trump supporters to get a job. They don't want anyone that supported Donald Trump to get a job. Why? Because they think he will be a terrorist. All I'm suggesting that my fellow Trump supporters do is don't commit that kind of heinous act. That does not show us. What we need to do is go out there and act like real human beings and act like adults. It's that simple. Go out there and act like adults. Don't do what the left does when they lose and riot and cause all sorts of damage. Just act like adults. AOC, on the other hand, this is why she gives me a headache. Not only the southern states need to secede from the Union, even though that was hundreds of years ago, she says they shouldn't even be a part of the United States. They aren't even a part of the United States anymore. Okay. Well, if they aren't a part of the United States, then they're shit Ohio. Or any state that voted for Donald Trump. Is that what you're trying to say, ma'am? Okay. Fine with me. You are that far a leftist piece of shit. That is just how bad you are, woman. You are nothing to me. I don't care about you at all, woman. And I don't care about you, Nancy Pelosi. For all I care, you should have retired years ago. You should have retired before Donald Trump got in office. You should have retired during the Obama era. You're too old to even be in office. And my idea, I saw this on the computer once, okay? Arizona Supreme Court has a rule. At age 70, you have to retire if you're a Supreme Court justice. That should be the age if you run as a Democrat or Republican for Congress or Senate. That's just me, though. You can't be any older than that. That should be the age limit. You should retire at 70. You can't be any older than that. That is my term limit. 28th Amendment. Any person who runs for president or Congress or Senate cannot exceed the age of 70. That's my idea of age limits. No more than that. And if they start showing signs of dementia, or if they are showing signs of dementia, invoke the 25th Amendment. Hell, he's already done illegal acts. We need to we need to impeach him, but Miss Green has already decided to invoke the impeachment on Joe Biden. But I don't see how it's going to work when it's a Democrat-controlled House and we don't have the votes headed in our direction because it won't go through with the House, and because the House controls most of it. And then it won't go through the Senate because it's a 50-50 split, and then if it's a 50-50 draw, the Vice President votes on it, and you know for a fact the Vice President's going to say, nope, and slam down that gavel. Because the Vice President's the President of the Senate. That's how that works. Well, with that being said, too many damn aspirations on this. With that being said, I got a lot of things I gotta do. You have a good one. Peace.